In a country full of stunning coastlines, Nerja stands out as one of Spain's most unique towns. It's a place where the Mediterranean meets the mountains in perfect harmony. Dramatic cliffs, endless sea views, a timeless old town, and caves that feel like cathedrals of nature. Add mild winters into the mix, and you start to wonder, is Nerja Costa del Sol's best kept secret?
Welcome to beautiful Nerja. Today is Wednesday, 10th of September, and we thought it might not be as busy, but when we got here, it was completely packed. We couldn't even find a parking. We are at Playa de Burriana, which is a popular beach here. Around this area, on the promenade, you have lots of free parking. We went around quite a few times, could not find parking, so we had to walk about 10 minutes walk. We found a parking, it's still free, so it's a perfect spot to start your Nerja journey. We are on the eastern side of the town, and today we're gonna make our way through this beautiful promenade all the way up to the Nerja town center, where you have the amazing Balcon de Europa. But before that, let me show you something very special about Nerja. The restaurants are busy, completely packed. It's just over 3 o'clock, and we've been hearing quite a few news in the tabloids that Spain is begging for tourists to come. But what I'm seeing around me, look at the beach on that side as well. The restaurants are completely packed. What we're hearing in the news, don't go for that, because even in September, on a weekday, it's completely packed. At the end of Playa Burriana, you will see the cliffs of Gordo, which is actually one of the top attractions of Nerja. But to get there, you have to get a kayak. It's a waterfall from the cliffs going all the way down into the sea. It's an absolutely beautiful scene. We have actually done that. It's not an easy task. It's quite a bit of an effort.
Many people, when they come to Nerja, they think the town center is all. It has the beaches, it has the restaurants, it has the shops, it has the monuments, and even not many people come to this side of Nerja. And in my opinion, they should, because not only is a bigger beach, it's almost 1 kilometer long beach. The amount of restaurants, bars, ice cream places are really, really good. And also the vibe. We are here in the Paseo Marítimo, or in the Promenade, and the vibe is fantastic. Of course, when you come in the winter months or out of season, it's gonna be a lot quieter over in this side, and the town center will be busier. But especially between the months of April and October, this area has a lot of life. Also here, you will see a few shops for some shopping, a few residential areas for you to stay in an apartment, in a hotel. For me, it has to be the views as well, because you have a few cliffs, you have the few houses in there. But we're gonna go into the beach now, check the sun and check the water. Straight away, you can see the quality of the sand. If you have been following our Costa del Sol videos, every time we go to the beach, we did say that the quality of the sand in Estepona, Torremolinos, Benalmádena is a bit more sandy, and we compare it to other beaches which are a bit more pebbly. So this is a perfect example. The beach here is a bit more pebbly. As Samana, we prefer more sandy beaches, a bit more golden. However, it's not that bad. I've seen a lot worse than this. It's not my favorite type, but what I really like about this beach is how wide it is, how big it is, and also the dramatic views, as I was mentioning earlier on. You have the cliffs over there, you have another cliff over there, and here in front of you, you see the vast Mediterranean Sea. Today, the water is a bit choppy because we're having a bit of storms near Valencia and Alicante, and the wind is coming this way. No clouds, but we're getting the winds. You cannot go in the water today because they have a red flag, but on a normal day, the water is very clean, very clear. And if I remember rightly, last time we came here, it wasn't too deep. And in regards of the temperature of the water, many people think when they come to Costa del Sol that the water is going to be very warm. Well, actually, the water in Costa del Sol is slightly cooler because we are close to the Atlantic. And in Nerja, it's actually a bit warmer than you see in other regions in Costa del Sol, like Estepona, Marbella, because we are closer to the Mediterranean. We are closer to Alicante, Valencia. So the temperature here in Nerja should be between 20 to 24 degrees, depending on the day, if you have a current coming from the Atlantic or coming from the Mediterranean.
We can't go in the water as they're flying red flags today. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make our way to the town center, which is up above. There are two ways to get into the town center. The steps over there with the lift, or you can take this little road up on the hill to the town center. You must be wondering that how come it's nearly mid-September and the beaches, they represent a scene from July or August. It's actually because Nerja lies, or generally in Costa del Sol, we have over 320 days of sunshine, and especially this area of Nerja, Thorax, it has much mild winters than compared to anywhere in Europe. That's down to the fact that we are covered by the mountains. These mountains serve as a barrier between the cold wind coming from the mainland Europe, blocking them and not letting go further down into Costa del Sol. And also, more importantly, the heat coming up from the Africa, from the south, it blocks and keeps it here as well, which makes it ideal condition for a best winter weather in Europe. Did you know that due to these mild conditions, this area is only one of few places on mainland Europe where you can grow subtropical crops like avocado and my favorite, mangoes.
Nerja is built in different layers. It's like a cascading town, starting from the amazing mountains, the amazing hills, giving it a very dramatic look. Then you have the residential area in the middle area, in some hills as well. And then you have the beautiful coast, and that's where we were before. Talking about the mountains, as you know, Andalusia is full of whitewashed towns in the hills, and the most popular one in the area is Frigiliana. It's only 15 minutes drive from here up in the hills, and it's a beautiful town. We actually made a video about it, and you can see the link for the video in the description below. And we cannot wait to go back again and do another video in that beautiful town, as it is one of our favorite ones in all Costa del Sol.
Wow, absolutely beautiful, especially today. The color of the water is such a beautiful color, contrasting against the lovely mountains. And this view of the houses, imagine living here. Coming up, you can either go straight to the town center or turn left onto this road, which will take you to some of the most beautiful viewpoints of Nerja town centers.
Like I said before, Nerja is built in different layers, and right now, as we are approaching the town center, we are going into the middle layer, which means it gives you the opportunity to go to the different viewpoints the city center has to offer, and this is one of them. It's also a mini square where you can come here in the afternoon, evening, when it cools down a little bit with your friends and family. And as you know, Spain revolves around squares. And this one is a very small one, but there are a few different bars here, so you can go and have a drink, have a meal, and then come here and to admire the view. Wow, the first thing you hear is the sound of the waves. And you see the vast Mediterranean Sea in front of you. It is very therapeutical. You can come here and just listen to the birds, listen to the sea, and you can spend hours here. And that's one of the beauties about Spain, that it is free and it's healthy just to be outdoors. We love spending time outdoors. With this weather and these views, why wouldn't you? Wow. Talking about the views, that is a view. Wow, the views are getting better and better, and we could spend hours here just admiring this beautiful view. But this is nothing compared to what we're about to show you. Stay tuned, because we're going to get to the town center just in a few minutes.
It's just past 6 o'clock and people have started to leave the beach and making their way to the town center. Nerja town center is actually quite small and it's quite busy throughout the year and throughout the day as well. Just over there's another viewing point, which is one of my favorite ones as well. It's like a little corner with heavenly views. Just look at that. Wow. Look at these rocks over there. This is just like so dramatic here. And down there's like a little beach. There's a stair going down, where you can access that little beach with a little boat. If I'm not wrong, there was a Spanish series which was filmed in Nerja, and there's like a replica of the boat. That might be the one, or that might not be the one. If you want a little privacy and with beautiful views, this is your beach to come in Nerja. They have terraces just overlooking this beach and like literally on the ledge. Wow. Stunning. Wow, I wish the sea wasn't as rough today. We have been to Nerja quite a few times and it's really lovely to swim here. Looking over here, this is the map of Nerja, and we're going to put the QR code on the screen for you to download, so when you're here you can enjoy the town properly. So we started from Playa de Burriana, made our way up over here and walked all the way up to here. Our next stop is Balcon de Europa, the most popular point in Nerja and maybe Costa del Sol. The boat I was talking about is actually over there, Barco de la Dorada. Now this is Calle Hernandez de Carabeo, which is one of the main streets that lead into the town center or the Balcon de Europa of Nerja. The town center has probably about 3 or 4 streets which are filled with shops and boutique restaurants. There are quite a few restaurants on this street, and actually we have had dinner here once as well. It's pretty damn cheap and the quality is not bad at all. I remember I had salmon and you had a steak, I think. It was delicious and I would highly recommend it. I've noticed this generally in Nerja, the prices are lower compared to the western side of Costa del Sol. I'm not sure about the accommodation because we haven't really used accommodation here, but the restaurants are definitely much cheaper.
And now we are reaching the lively part of Nerja town center. As soon as you get to this point, you will start seeing lots of souvenir shops. And if you turn right here, you will go to the commercial area. But if you turn left here, you will go to the main square where Balcon de Europa is. We're going to show you that first, and then we're going to show you the vibe in the commercial area and bars. Over here you will see also a few souvenir shops, a few other shops as well, but the highlight of this area, of this part of the town, is Balcon de Europa. But before we reach there, we want to show you another little beach, which is actually our favorite beach in Nerja. We've been here a couple of times and we actually love it, especially because the water is probably the clearest and the cleanest water we see in Costa del Sol. The way to get to the beach is down these steps. So straight away as you walk into this area, you see the beautiful beach. The good thing about this beach, we are in Calahonda beach, is that it's right in the town center. And it's quite small, so it feels like a very private beach. But the inconvenience of it being so small and being in the town center is that it gets really, really packed in the summer months. What I really like about this beach is how natural it feels. You haven't got flats or people overlooking you, apart from people being back on the Europa over there, but it gives a very natural look. When it comes to the quality of the sand, it's very similar to the one we saw before. It's a bit pebbly, so not to my liking. But when it comes to the water, as I said before, the water is probably the cleanest and the purest we've ever seen in Costa del Sol. Today's not a very good example, but any other day, the beach is really, really clean. And in terms of activities, you have lots of bars and restaurants, and the top center is just up there. But the highlight for me, and I keep saying this, and I won't get tired of saying it, is the view, because it looks like you are in paradise.
Wow, this is one of the most beautiful beaches on Costa del Sol. Do you know, I've just noticed something. This pathway is actually from the first beach we went to, Playa de Burriana, the long beach. It started from there and it's been wrapping around throughout the coast of Nerja. When we went to the Mirador, I saw it down there at the beach as well. I would love to walk around this pathway one day, and it carries on around the Balcon de Europa. Let's go and check that side out. you. It's like the Saint Kitty of Nerja. Everybody comes and gets their blessing from this cat by touching her. Wow, even on a rough day like today, the beach is absolutely gorgeous. I can sit there like everybody's sitting there right now. They're just staring the sea and the sunset. It's just gorgeous. And look at those cliffs. This is the picture postcard scene for the Nerja and Costa del Sol sometimes as well. The further down we go, the more rocks appear and the waves crashing onto the rocks and the dramatic scenery of the mountains in the back. This is beautiful. We've been here quite a few times, and every single time we come here, we are just awe-inspired by the beauty of Nerja. Oh wow, look at that. On top, right on top is the Balcon de Europa, where everybody stands and look at the sea. We are right underneath that. It's quite fascinating to see all the stones or the shells in these rocks. It's just like the layers of the history are open like a book. Amazing.
As you come off the beach, you just need to turn left and you get to the main attraction of Nerja, Balcon de Europa. It doesn't matter what time of the day or what day of the year, you always see lots of people here in Balcon de Europa. And I understand why, because you have one of the best views in all Costa del Sol, and also it's quite wide. You have the church in the background, you have lots of bars and restaurants, an amazing vibe. This has to be the selling point of Costa del Sol. And also, it's a very romantic place to be. Every time we come here in the past, there are some people getting married and lots of pictures because the background is very romantic and very dramatic as well. And here you see the Mediterranean Sea in front of you. And one of the things I've noticed earlier when we were walking so close to the water is how powerful the water is, how powerful the sea is. And we are nothing compared to nature here. You see the vast Mediterranean Sea in front of you, you see the mountain range just behind you. This is out of the movies. There are a few restaurants as well here, right next to Balcon de Europa with amazing views. This place has it all, really. I really like this view here because we have seen this view earlier when we were in Burriana Beach, but from here, you feel like you are the king of the ocean, the king of the sea. Everybody just having fun, kids are playing. This is a very typical Spanish life. Everybody walking, digesting the food, doing exercise while admiring beautiful views.
Wow, this is truly spectacular. Like Julian said, this is one of the most picturesque places on Costa del Sol. Right over there at the back, you can see the whitewashed village of Frigiliana, which is only about 10 to 15 minutes drive away. Highly recommended. And this beach at the sunset time with the Greek-style chapel. Imagine sitting here with a guitar, playing a slowly gentle music with the waves. Amazing, absolutely amazing.
Balcon de Europa and Calahonda Beach are the top attractions in Nerja town centre. But Nerja has a lot to offer, like for example, the aqueduct. Not really my favorite because Aslam and I went there, we took a few pictures. There is nothing much there to do, but our favorite after Balcon de Europa is Cueva de Nerja. It's only 10 minutes drive from here. Aslam and I went there a couple of years ago and we loved it. The minute we walked into it, it's underground, we were wowed by the magnificent size of it. It's 4.8 kilometers of caves and it's spectacular, 100% recommended.
And now we are in the beautiful Plaza Balcon de Europa. On that side, we have the arches and Balcon de Europa there, and over there, we have the stunning church. This completes the wedding package for Nerja. The beautiful church to get married, then get pictures over there, and then enjoy the beautiful town of Nerja. Did you know that this church has been standing here for over 500 years? And look at that, there are restaurants all around this. This is very Moorish and very Andalusian style, including with the balcony, of course. That building over there is the Ayuntamiento of Nerja, which is the town hall of Nerja. And just behind that is the Plaza España, where we normally used to park. It's a paid car park, but it brings you right in the center of the town. And this is a great starting point as well for Nerja. Park your car there and come straight into Balcon de Europa. Okay, now it's time to explore the streets of Nerja. First thing first, this plaza over here, you will see it goes around this building, and there are lots of restaurants, especially pizza restaurants there. And right opposite, on the side, you have the main town center. Wow, stunning. I love this arch. Amazing, absolutely amazing. It's a whitewashed town on the sea because Nerja has a very Moorish history, especially if you look at the streets. They're quite close to each other. All the buildings, they're quite close to each other, and which protects it from the sun. This is the main square, or the main point where all the streets of the town center merge. We came out from there, from the beach, and there's this street which curves around it as well. So let's just go here, and then we come back through here. These streets have lots of shops because Nerja is one of the most popular tourist destinations in south of Spain. I quite like what they do with these shaded areas because it gets really hot in summer, and this provides a perfect shade to spend some time in the streets. Nerja does not really have a nightlife. Of course, it has some bars, especially this street down here is filled with restaurants and bars as well. But in terms of a nightlife, when you think about a proper nightlife, hen do's and stag do's, Frigiliana, Benalmádena, these are the places in Costa del Sol where you go for your hen do's and stag do's. But here, the focus is more about adventure seekers holidays. It's more about couples paradise. It's more about family vacation. With a weather like this and this beautiful architecture like this, who wouldn't like to come here year round? And now we have come to the high street of Nerja. If you turn left here, we'll go back to the main meeting point where all the streets merge together. Nerja town center is not really that big. It's got like 3 or 4 streets. They are filled with shops and restaurants on this side especially, but on the other side of Balcon de Europa, you have a few more streets. So in about half an hour, you can walk the whole town center.
Like in any other town in Costa del Sol, when you get to the high street, most of the shops are more boutique rather than the high street names you see in cities like Malaga, Cadiz, Madrid. So it gives you a bit more authenticity. It gives it more like its own character. As well as boutique shops, Nerja is packed with boutique restaurants and bars, and most of them they have their own courtyard and even balconies looking the Mediterranean Sea.
We are back at the beautiful Plaza Balcon de Europa, and it's time to explore other side of Nerja. Just behind the church, you have a few more streets where you can explore some restaurants and some bars.
What about getting to Nerja? On the eastern side of Costa del Sol, there is no train line, so the best way to get to Nerja from Malaga Airport is either by bus or renting a car. There are talks about opening a train line connecting Nerja to Malaga city centre, but I don't think that's going to happen in the next 5 even to 10 years. So if you want to visit Nerja from Malaga or the airport, the best option is for you to rent a car.
Nerja's year-round weather hasn't gone unnoticed. Did you know that 30% of the registered residents in Nerja are foreigners? Majority of them are, of course, from UK. Germans are very keen on Nerja as well, and this coast of Thorax, as well as Scandinavians. Of course, town center is the main place where most of the foreigners live. But there's a purpose-built village, very popular with foreigners, Capistrano village, if I'm pronouncing it right. They have absolutely beautiful bungalows. We went there for our video about Costa del Sol, which you can find the link in the description. But I actually fell in love with Capistrano village because it was kind of like a whitewashed Andalusian village style homes filled with bougainvillea hanging around, and it was just so peaceful. I absolutely loved it. We're now coming out of the main town center, the tourist part, but I like how even now you can see the bars and restaurants, they are completely packed with locals and also tourists as well. We just went to a little corner over there and it was like a plaza. It was absolutely gorgeous. I can see a estate agent over there, so let's go and check the prices. Okay, the first one I can see with amazing sea views is 365,000 euros, 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, which is not a bad price to be honest. 249,000 reduced price. 4-bedroom for 399,000, amazing prices. Nerja Center, 287,000 for 3-bedroom apartment. Wow, I'm quite impressed with the prices. The prices are actually quite good, especially considering these are town center prices. Sounds like a bargain to me, but then obviously we're not connected to the rest of the Costa del Sol towns like Marbella, Estepona and Frigiliana. We are on the other end. Wow, it's sunset time. Look at the colors behind me with the whitewashed arches and the plants, and behind the sea, mountains and the pink sky. It's absolutely gorgeous. Everybody's on Balcon de Europa now, covering all the area. The vibe is completely different now and everybody's more relaxed, just enjoying the sunset. We are now looking for somewhere to sit down and eat, but before that, just wanted to enjoy these beautiful skies. We have finally sat down to eat and we are at none other than Plaza Balcon de Europa with amazing background. We are at Mediterranean snack cafe cocktail. Prices are quite cheap. We're in the prime location. I could hear church bells every now and then. There was a violinist playing over there and it's such a good atmosphere and the prices are great, so I don't know what's the catch.
We had an amazing meal. It was only 47 euros and that was the starter, 2 mains and 3 drinks. I don't think that was that much for being in this beautiful square of Nerja. And also the quality of the food. We were not too happy with the chicken, but the pizza was delicious. It's like the typical pizza from Italy, very thin base, and the ingredients were really, really good. It's 10:30 and we're gonna go for a stroll, admiring the views, and as you can see behind me, there are lots of people, everyone is having a good time, there's someone playing the violin around here. Let's go and explore this beautiful town at night. What is really getting busy are the ice cream shops. You see queues now, people getting their favorite flavors and going for a stroll with their friends and family, just enjoying this beautiful town with the beautiful weather.
It's past 11 o'clock and the atmosphere is really lively even for a weekday. Over there, somebody just proposed right in the middle of the square. As you know, that Nerja is quite popular wedding destination. People get married in that church and they have photo shoots here. And this is the first time we saw somebody getting proposed as well. How amazing is that? Not full moon, but quite a big moon, which is making the hills look even more dramatic. Wow, look at that. Isn't this just the perfect ending?